Welcome back to your B2 Residential Remodeling Contractor License Exam Prep course. In this lesson, we're mapping out the entire journey you'll take from the moment you decide to apply for your B2 license to the day you hold that active license in your hands. This process has several steps, each with its own requirements, timelines, and potential pitfalls. Many would-be contractors experience delays simply because they don't fully understand the application process or overlook important details. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a clear roadmap that takes the guesswork out of getting licensed, so you can focus on building your business. The first step in your licensing journey is making sure you're eligible. The Contractors State License Board, CSLB, requires that you be at least 18 years old and have either a valid social security number or an individual taxpayer identification number. More importantly, you need verifiable experience, at least 4 years of hands-on, journey-level experience in residential remodeling within the last 10 years. Journey-level experience means you are performing work with little or no supervision, demonstrating full knowledge of the trade or trades involved. This experience can be gained as an employee, a supervisor, a self-employed contractor, or even as an owner-builder working on your own property. Education, technical training, or apprenticeship programs can substitute for some of this time, but at least 1 year of your experience must be hands-on, practical work. If you cannot document this experience, your application may be rejected, so ensuring your qualifications are solid before you begin is critical. Once you've confirmed eligibility, the next step is documenting your experience properly. The CSLB uses a form called the Certification of Work Experience to verify your background. This form must be completed and signed by someone who has first-hand knowledge of your work, such as a licensed contractor you worked under, a former supervisor, or a building inspector familiar with your projects. The CSLB often audits applications to ensure accuracy, and they may request supporting documents like pay stubs, W-2s, tax records, project contracts, or permits. Failing to provide enough evidence can stall or even void your application. To avoid problems later, take time to gather documentation early and be thorough and honest in reporting your experience. Misrepresenting your qualifications can lead to disqualification and even disciplinary action once licensed. After preparing your documentation, you'll complete the application for original contractor license. This form asks for information about you, your business entity, your experience, and the classification you're applying for. In this case, the B2 Residential Remodeling Contractor License. It's important to fill out this application completely and accurately. Common mistakes include leaving sections blank, providing unclear descriptions of work experience, or failing to sign where required. When applications are rejected or returned for correction, it can delay the process by weeks or months. Fees are non-refundable once the application expires or is deemed abandoned, so it pays to do it right the first time. Once you've submitted your application and fee, the CSLB will review it, and, if it passes the initial screening, will assign you a tracking number and send you an acknowledgement letter. At this stage, your fingerprints are required for a background check. California law mandates that all applicants undergo live scan fingerprinting, which is processed by both the California Department of Justice and the FBI. Your application cannot proceed without this step, and failure to complete it promptly can result in significant delays. After fingerprinting, the CSLB will notify you when you're eligible to schedule your exams. There are 2 exams you must pass: the Law and Business exam, which covers legal requirements, business practices, safety rules, and other essentials for running a contracting business, and the B2 Trade exam, which focuses specifically on residential remodeling knowledge, including coordinating multiple trades, understanding building codes, and managing projects. Both exams are multiple choice, computer-based, and administered at CSLB testing centers throughout California. A passing score is 70% or higher. If you fail an exam, you can retake it, but additional fees and waiting periods will apply, which can delay your licensure. Once you've passed your exams, the final stage of the licensing journey begins. The CSLB will send you instructions on completing your file. This includes paying the initial license activation fee, securing a contractor's bond, currently set at $15,000, and, if you have employees, obtaining workers' compensation insurance. Even if you have no employees, many contractors carry general liability insurance for added protection and credibility with clients. Depending on the type of work you plan to perform, you may also need to complete an asbestos open book exam to demonstrate awareness of safety requirements when working around hazardous materials. These final requirements must be met within 90 days of passing your exams, or your application may expire and you'll have to start over. After you've submitted all fees, bonds, and insurance information, the CSLB will issue your B2 Residential Remodeling Contractor License. You'll receive a wall certificate and a pocket license card showing your name, business entity, license number, and classification. At that point, you are legally authorized to contract for residential remodeling projects that involve 3 or more unrelated trades under one contract. Your license opens the door to bidding on larger jobs, marketing your services as a licensed professional, and building trust with clients who want assurance that their contractor is legitimate and accountable to state regulations. Throughout this process, it's important to maintain accurate records, respond promptly to any CSLB requests for clarification, and keep copies of every document you submit. Many delays and denials happen not because applicants are unqualified, but because forms are incomplete, signatures are missing, or experience claims cannot be verified. Being organized and proactive is the best way to ensure you move smoothly from application to active license status without costly interruptions. In summary, your journey to becoming a licensed B2 residential remodeling contractor has several key stages: confirming you meet eligibility and experience requirements, documenting your qualifications thoroughly, submitting a complete and accurate application, completing live scan fingerprinting for a background check, passing both required exams, and finalizing bonding, insurance, and fees. By understanding this process upfront and preparing properly, you can avoid common mistakes that slow other applicants down. The CSLB's goal is to license qualified professionals who can protect consumers and uphold California's construction standards, and following their process carefully will help you join their ranks successfully.